Hi guys, I want to explain to you our assignment for the day. So first, I want to just review some stuff about mitosis that you watched in that previous video. So what we have here are some cool pictures of actual cells, colored obviously, but these are the chromosomes during mitosis. Okay, so actually, interphase here, this is not part of mitosis, but these four are, okay, mitosis. So prophase, metaphase, anaphase, and telophase are part of mitosis. So if you remember, the cell cycle looks like this. Mitosis is the small part of the cycle. It does not take very long, right? Like 10% of the time. And then the other one is interphase, and that's when the cell is doing all of the other things that it is going to do during its life, depending on what kind of cell it is. Okay, so these pictures are important. You need to be able to identify these different phases. So here in interphase, we have DNA that is not condensed into chromosomes. This is called chromatin. Okay, I think that was in the last video. And then here we can start seeing the DNA starting to coil up and become really dense chromosomes that you can actually see the individual chromosomes. Like so in prophase, we only see the start of them. We kind of see dark splotches, right? Here in metaphase, this is when the chromosomes are lining up down the middle of the thing so they can be separated. And actually, so this would be the middle and this here. So if you like did a 90-degree turn on this picture, you would get this. And then they're being separated. They're being pulled apart to opposite ends. And then you see the nucleus coming back, and you can't see any more individual chromosomes anymore because they are uncoiling into really thin, loose strands that you can't see individual ones of. Okay. So those four things you need to be able to identify, or five things you need to be able to identify for the assignment. Okay. So let me scroll down here. Now, what I want to explain, this is kind of cool. We're not looking at this mitotic index. We're actually going to do something a little different. So let's say you're looking at this image, and it is a microscope image of a bunch of cells in an onion, and what they are doing, they're in various stages of the cell cycle. So a lot of them are doing this. Hopefully you recognize this as from above. What is it? Think about it. It's interphase. Okay. So a lot of them are in interphase. And then some of them are in various other stages of mitosis. Okay. So it turns out that what we can do with this information, if we counted all these cells, so say there were 100 cells total, okay, and 70 of them were in interphase, then what we can actually do, so that would be 70% of them are in interphase, right? And so what we can actually do is calculate the amount of time that these cells spend in each different phase. So if 70% are in interphase, and let's say that the cell cycle takes 10 hours, well, 70% of 10 hours would be 7 hours. So we can do some calculations to figure out how long the cells spend in each phase. We just have to know how long the whole cell cycle is. It's kind of weird that we can do this, but if you imagine, say somebody took a snapshot, 100 snapshots of you in your life, where do you think most of those would be? They would be like either sleeping, or let's say at school, if you guys are at school right now. And so, a lot of them would be, let's say, sleeping. And so we could probably calculate based on 100 random snapshots how much time you spend sleeping, because we can take the percentage of those and multiply it by the number of hours in a day. Okay, so that's kind of what we're going to be doing today here. So your assignment's going to look like this. And you are going to click on this link at the top. That's going to take you to this. Okay, let me hold on. Let me go to the beginning. So here's the beginning of this. So I want you to read through this. You're going to go next, look through this again. Okay, make sure you can recognize all of these different phases. And then it gives you this. Okay, so that's also what is on this assignment here. I recreated that for you. You're going to type in there. You're going to push next. And then this is kind of small, so you can make it big. And so what they're doing is they're showing you an image here. Okay. And that image, you are going to click on one of these that you think it matches, and that one right there. Actually, let's go back to this. I didn't really talk about this very much. So I said that prophase, they're kind of the chromosomes are starting to form. In metaphase, they kind of look like a smushed spider, like the legs are coming out from the middle of the body, but it's smushed. Anaphase, they are being pulled apart to opposite ends of the cell, and then telophase, you see it's dark again, right? So this one looks like that kind of smushed spider in the middle of the cell. That's metaphase. Bam, correct. Okay. Next one. This one we cannot see any individual chromosomes, so we're gonna say, let's say interphase. Bam. That one we can't really see interphase, or we can't really see chromosomes either. But so that one looks like interphase as well. Okay. Ooh, that one we can start to see dark splotches in that nucleus that are starting to become chromosomes. So we're gonna call it prophase. Okay. All right. So you can probably guess which one of these the most of them are going to be in because of how long you know these different phases are from our previous video. Okay, so you're going to go through this. There are 36 of them, and you are going to put the number of each in these here. The total will be 36, right? Then you will calculate the percentage. Okay, the percentage is just the number of here. So, and then divided by the total. Okay. So the number in each phase divided by the total. So if this is like 15, you do 15 divided by 36 to get this number. Okay. And then here, the time spent is just like I did for you before. So let's say this is 20%. Then you would do 0.2 times, okay, because that's 20%, right? Times 24, because up here it says that the cell cycle takes 24 hours. So, and then you would get some number, and that would be your time spent in hours. Okay, so the total of percent, it should always equal 100. So you should be close to 100. And then the total hours here, if you do this correctly, should be close to 24 hours. Okay, so that's how you can kind of check your work to make sure you're close. And the rounding might be a little bit off, so you won't be exactly 24 hours or exactly 100%, but that's fine. All right, the next is you are going to graph this information. You're going to graph this time spent here. And I have a tutorial video of how to graph the time spent, okay, in each phase. So it's going to be a bar graph. On your x-axis is going to be your phases. Oops. And your y-axis is going to be the time spent in hours, okay? And then this here, I know you can't draw on the computer. If you can, that's cool. But if not, you can upload a picture. So this is actually the same thing that we looked at here. So I want you to draw these pictures and then upload that also along with this assignment, okay? If you have any questions on this graphing, let me know and I will help you out with that, okay? Thanks, everyone. Bye.